when I first went to Japan, I was teaching at an ink company. Was one of my first customers, and it was a group of older guys, and of course, you know, it was Tuesdays, Thursdays for a couple hours. You get done, you go, and you know, these guys are all just completely wiped out. You know, hard day, the long day, every day. You know, they're barely kind of keeping their eyes open for their English class. You make your way in to the corner little sake store on the way to the train station, and you know, you get to hear quite a few things. One of the things that I remember kind of related to this that I thought was interesting was they asked me, oh, before you come to Japan, what did you think? You know, what's your impression? You know, you think of samurai and all this, and yeah, I said, well, sure, and they said something about we started talking about World War II, and I said, well, when World War II started in 1941, you know, and they just all, you know, just laughed at me like old men, you know, kind of laughing at you know, a 12-year-old, you know, how could you think that it started in 1941 when, you know, okay, then it was time to read, you know. So I basically kind of at that point did what a lot of foreigners do, and that is, you know, there's a lot of good books out there that were, you know, that you can just kind of go one by one. There's one by Ruth Benedict. It's called The Chrysanthemum and the Sword, and it kind of goes into these paradoxes about Japanese life and looks at kind of steps through the occupation and kind of what happened at that time, and so pretty good. You know, one of their points was the war in Asia started way back in the 30s. You know, in 32, and this goes back to the war crimes trials. The war crimes trials, they made a cutoff of 1932 forward, but many of the black ops kind of things that where the Japanese government had already, you know, kind of started on this quest to own Asia. They had started on that long before 1932, and you know, 1932 onward was really more the what would I say, the outward quest that becomes manifested that the rest of the world can see if they were actually watching. you know, so.